talking about a piece of art on four wheels.
Far more than a car, you know.
It's an amazing thing.
A century ago, in the basement of a house in Germany, Ettore Bugatti crafted his first car, marking the inception of a story that intertwines success and tragedy. After completing his car, Ettore made a pivotal decision to leave his job and establish his own company in France. Over the subsequent years, he went on to create some of the fastest and most luxurious cars, solidifying his position as one of the preeminent engineers of his time. Despite this success, the Bugatti saga took an abrupt turn, leading to the relinquishing of Ettore's company overnight, leaving him unaware of the destiny that awaited the Bugatti brand. Hold on tight, because we're about to take you through the rise, fall, and legendary comeback of Bugatti, where dreams were crushed, only to be rebuilt into legends. Let's keep the good vibes going. Which successful business owners or crazy new ideas do you think we should cover next? Tell us in the comments. Ettore Bugatti, born on September 15, 1881, in Milan, Italy, hailed from a family with a rich artistic heritage. His father, Carlo Bugatti, gained international acclaim as a designer of furniture and jewelry in Milan, while his grandfather was a renowned architect and sculptor. This familial passion for art extended to Ettore's younger brother, Rembrandt, a prodigious sculptor whose brilliance many historians believe influenced Ettore not to pursue sculpting or follow the family's artistic traditions. While Ettore did not become a sculptor, his innate talent as a natural-born engineer emerged early in his life. Even without formal training, by the age of 16, he was already delving into intricate designs, showcasing a remarkable gift for engineering. This early aptitude would set the stage for Bugatti's extraordinary journey in the world of automotive innovation.
Ettore would have been imbued with the artistic atmosphere of the family, but he may have been a little overfaced with the obvious terrific talent of his brother, and Ettore became a pioneer, machine designer, motorist, racing driver.
Ettore's exceptional talent as an engineer was first recognized by his father Carlo, when he effortlessly repaired a broken tricycle in his presence. Carlo, recognizing his son's innate skill, urged Ettore to pursue an apprenticeship at Pinnacle and Stucci, a renowned factory known for producing sewing machines and bicycles at the time. Ettore, heeding his father's advice, joined the factory at the age of 17. A year later, at the age of 18, Ettore designed his own motor tricycle, participating in a competition from Paris to Bordeaux. This motorized tricycle boasted 2 engines made by de Dion, showcasing Ettore's early prowess in the field. While his time at Pinnacle and Stucci was beneficial, it also exposed him to a new realm, a world of mechanical designs, automobiles, and speed. It was within this environment that Ettore discovered his true calling. In the year 1900, at the age of 19, Ettore departed from Pinnacle and Stucci, embarking on a journey to build his own car. A natural perfectionist, he meticulously crafted every detail of his automobile design, from the engine to the body parts. Ettore's meticulous nature extended to overseeing the creation of each component used in his cars, a practice that would become a lifelong ritual. His precision, attention to detail, and mathematical approach made some of his designs appear overly complex, challenging even the most seasoned engineers of his time. Ettore's exceptional talent did not go unnoticed, and he soon caught the attention of the Dietrich Company, which had factories in both France and Germany. Ettore became a frequent hire for the company, contributing his expertise to the construction and design of vehicles. Despite his youth, Ettore secured his first professional contract at the age of 19. Due to his minor status, his father had to co-sign the contract on his behalf. This opportunity required Ettore to relocate from his birthplace in Milan to Niederbronn-les-Bains, a town in Germany. Over the next few years, he immersed himself in his craft, gaining valuable experience in the development of automobiles and even participating in car races. In 1903, Ettore built his second car for the Paris-Madrid race. However, this avant-garde vehicle was deemed too advanced for its time and was not allowed to race. Ettore's unconventional approach involved placing both the driver and the engine low in the car's chassis, a concept ahead of its time. While deemed peculiar by contemporaries who believed in a higher seating position, Ettore's design would eventually become the standard for race cars. In 1906, Ettore made the decision to depart from de Dietrich. During this era, automobiles were meticulously crafted one at a time by highly skilled artisans, making them prohibitively expensive and accessible mainly to the wealthy. Cars were predominantly used for racing, a rapidly growing sport in Europe and America. In 1907, Ettore met Barbara Josephina Maquera, who later became his wife. That same year, he signed a multi-year contract with the gasoline engine manufacturer Dietz in Cologne, Germany. During his tenure at Dietz, Ettore focused on creating larger-scale and heavier-duty engines, aligning with the prevailing trends of the time. In the automotive landscape of the early 20th century, these engines were in demand, reflecting the shift toward larger, more powerful vehicles. By this time, Ettore Bugatti had cultivated his own distinct ideas about engine construction, ideas that directly challenged the prevailing trends of the era. Ettore was convinced that crafting an extremely lightweight vehicle, one that was both small and nimble, was not only possible, but would outperform larger engine cars. Driven by this belief, he embarked on creating a new automobile in the basement of his house, marking the birth of the first car to bear the Bugatti name, the Bugatti Type 10. In 1909, the Bugatti Type 10 was completed. This groundbreaking vehicle featured a 1.2-liter four-cylinder engine weighing a mere 365 kilograms. Despite its compact size, this two-seater car achieved a remarkable top speed of 80 kilometers per hour, a feat considered extraordinary at the time. Fueled by his passion and the success of Type 10, Ettore made the bold decision to leave his job and drive his newly built car to the Alsatian town of Molsheim, where he founded his own company, Automobiles Ettore Bugatti. Ettore was among the first to leverage racing competitions as a platform to showcase the prowess of his cars. Demonstrating his vehicles in front of large crowds helped elevate his standing as one of the premier car designers in the country, setting a trend that would soon become commonplace in the automotive industry. The year 1909 was pivotal in Bugatti's life. It marked the completion of the Type 10, the establishment of his company, and, most significantly, the birth of his first son, Jean Bugatti. Despite the brilliance of the Bugatti Type 10, Ettore saw room for improvement, envisioning even greater advancements. Bugatti's relentless pursuit of automotive excellence led to the evolution of the Type 13, a marked improvement from its predecessor. Ettore Bugatti enhanced the design by introducing leaf springs to the rear axle and adopting a 16-valve cylinder head design, incorporating 4 valves per cylinder. With these advancements, the Type 13 generated a commendable 30 horsepower, propelling the 300-kilogram chassis. The Bugatti Type 13 showcased its prowess by securing an impressive second place in the 1911 French Grand Prix, solidifying Bugatti's reputation as one of the foremost car designers globally. Undeterred by challenges, Bugatti continued to refine his engine design across various models, extending from the Type 13 to the Type 23. However, the onset of the First World War brought a halt to car production, prompting Ettore Bugatti to relocate back to Milan and subsequently to Paris between 1915 and 1916. During this period, he collaborated with the Duesenberg brothers, proposing the innovative U16 engine, a configuration involving two straight-line engines sharing a crankcase. While the U16 itself did not achieve significant success, it laid the groundwork for the development of overhead camshaft and straight-eight engine designs by both Bugatti and the Duesenberg brothers. After the war concluded, Ettore returned to Molsheim, now under French jurisdiction, and resumed the construction of lightweight sports cars. The Type 13, equipped with a multi-valve engine, delivered remarkable results, securing victories at the 1920 Le Mans and the subsequent year, further highlighting Bugatti's prowess in the automotive realm. The Bugatti Type 13 Brescia marked a glorious era for Bugatti, triumphing at the Brescia race and securing victories 3 more times. The car's stellar performance earned it the moniker Bugatti Type 13 Brescia. The winning streak persisted until 1925, accumulating over 400 victories. Before 1926, over 2,000 prototypes of the Bugatti Type 13 Brescia were crafted, establishing it as one of the most triumphant Bugatti models. In 1924, Ettore Bugatti unveiled the Bugatti Type 35 at the Grand Prix in Lyon. This model swiftly became Bugatti's most successful racing car, claiming victory in over 1,000 races throughout its lifetime. Racing triumphs extended into the 1930s, with notable achievements, including 2 wins at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1937 and 1939. The latter race, piloted by Pierre Véron, a name later synonymous with the car maker.
An enthusiast, as well as an artist, and I think he wanted to produce a work of art in the form of a Grand Prix car.
After exploring various race car models, Ettore and his son, Jean Bugatti, transitioned into the luxury car business. Collaborating on a new project, they introduced Bugatti's first luxury car in 1926, the Type 41 Bugatti Royale. Ettore's brilliance and technical mastery were evident in the Type 41, making it the longest and most opulent car of its time.
The ultimate car. He designated it the Royale. It was very large, proportions almost of a London bus, and he hoped and expected that it would be used by royalty.
Bugatti maintained exclusivity, allowing only distinguished customers, including kings and aristocrats, to purchase the Type 41. This exclusivity earned it the name Bugatti Royale, reflecting its regal stature in the automotive world. While the introduction of the Bugatti Royale brought Bugatti increased recognition, a significant shift in the global economy posed a threat to Ettore Bugatti's company. Three years after the Royale's launch, the world plunged into the Great Depression, causing economic turmoil worldwide. This downturn significantly impacted economies, leading to a decline in the sales of the once successful Royale. The financial strain on the company was so severe that it faced the looming specter of bankruptcy in the mid-1930s. In a pivotal turn of events, the French government reached out to Bugatti with a proposal: design and manufacture rail cars at its facilities. Faced with limited options and his company teetering on the edge of financial collapse, Bugatti accepted the offer.
In the Depression in the 30s, the French government commissioned a project for rail cars. Bugatti entered a design for this competition and was successful. He found a use for the Royale engine, which had been commercially anything but successful. And the rail cars were produced in reasonably large numbers, and they were very successful.
He collaborated with the French government, contributing to the design of 80 successful Bugatti rail cars. This endeavor proved instrumental in overcoming the challenges of the Great Depression, rescuing Bugatti's company from the brink of bankruptcy. Just as the company seemed to be on the path to recovery, a strike erupted at the Bugatti plant in Molsheim, France. Workers demanded higher wages and improved working conditions. Initially resistant, Ettore eventually yielded to their demands. However, this concession created a rift of distrust between Bugatti and his workforce, an issue that was never fully reconciled. Despite the challenges, Ettore Bugatti had established his name globally as one of the preeminent mechanical designers of his time. Beyond automobiles, he ventured into building boats, plane engines, and high-speed trains capable of reaching speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Additionally, Ettore found a remarkable collaborator in the form of his son, Jean Bugatti. Jean, a passionate engineer, proved to be as brilliant as his father. Iconic models like the celebrated Atlantic, the majestic Royale, and the Type 57, which clinched victory at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1937 and 1939, demonstrated Jean's remarkable talent. Jean Bugatti, the ideal successor and a dream for any father, was steering Bugatti towards continued success. However, a pivotal moment altered the trajectory of Ettore's life.
In 1939, the Type 57G won Le Mans. After the race, Jean Bugatti was testing one of the cars near Molsheim, and there was a fatal accident. He was killed. He had been such a key figure in the production and development and design that his death was really the writing on the wall.
In June 1939, Bugatti celebrated a Le Mans victory with the Type 57 tank. Just 2 months later, tragedy struck during a road test organized by Jean Bugatti. A mysterious cyclist appeared unexpectedly, prompting Jean to swerve to avoid a collision. Unfortunately, the vehicle crashed into a tree, resulting in Jean's immediate demise. The news devastated Ettore, who had already endured the loss of his younger brother Rembrandt to suicide during the First World War. Losing his beloved son, his perfect successor, intensified Ettore's grief. As if the personal tragedy weren't enough, the onset of World War II brought further hardships. The German army invaded Alsace, taking control of Bugatti's plants just 3 weeks after Jean's tragic accident. Anticipating the threat, Ettore had swiftly relocated much of the machinery to Bordeaux, yet it proved insufficient. The Germans discovered him and demanded cooperation in producing torpedoes and cars for the German army. In an act of defiance, Ettore refused to comply. By this point, Ettore Bugatti had accumulated substantial debts, and under duress, he reluctantly agreed to sell the company and its machinery for a sum significantly below its actual value, exacerbating his financial woes. Fleeing to Paris with his family, Bugatti attempted to find solace by designing aviation engines and torpedo boats, but none of these endeavors proved successful. Despite spending the majority of his life in France, Bugatti, being Italian, never sought French citizenship. Consequently, when the war concluded, the French state did not offer him support. Additionally, due to Italy's alliance with the Germans, Ettore faced accusations of collaborating with the German occupiers. After the war, Bugatti endeavored to reclaim his company and resorted to legal action against the state, although he met with defeat. The situation further deteriorated in 1944, when Ettore's wife, Barbara, passed away, plunging him into a profound emotional low. A visit to Molsheim revealed his factory in ruins and his mansion abandoned. Despite failing health, Bugatti persisted, applying for French citizenship to reclaim what was rightfully his. In 1947, at the age of 66, Ettore's health took a critical turn for the worse. Afflicted with a lung disease and having suffered a debilitating stroke, he faced a complete paralysis of his mental faculties. Although his company was eventually restored, the news came too late for Bugatti. Only 10 days after the recovery of his company, Ettore Bugatti passed away. With his family unable to continue the production of his cars, the Bugatti plant was forced to shut down, remaining abandoned for many years. The the Bugatti company experienced a revival in the 1980s when Italian entrepreneur Romano Artioli acquired it in 1987. 5 years later, the Bugatti EB 110 was introduced, impressing the world with its top speed of 213 miles per hour. However, financial mismanagement led to Bugatti's bankruptcy in 1995. In 1998, Volkswagen acquired Bugatti, leading to the reintroduction of the brand. The Bugatti Veyron, released in 2005, set records as the fastest road-going production car, reaching a top speed of 254 miles per hour. It was succeeded by the Bugatti Chiron in 2015, which in 2019 broke the record again with a top speed of 305 miles per hour. The legacy of Bugatti continues, showcasing the dream of its founder, Ettore Bugatti, whose vision persists decades after his tragic death. The brand remains synonymous with high-performance luxury supercars. That's the incredible story of how Bugatti rose from the ashes to become the icon of luxury and speed that it is today. From humble beginnings in a basement to creating some of the world's most legendary hypercars, this brand has truly defied the odds. What part of Bugatti's journey surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below.